Hi Leo and welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia and today I am pulling energies for the sign of Leo for predictions for your October. And stick around till the end because I'll also be including a sneak peek into the first week of November for you. And as usual, I set the intention for these readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So if this reading isn't resonating with you, Leo, don't worry about it. Just hop over to one of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find yourself in one of those somewhere. And with that, Leo, if you are ready to rock and roll, so are we. We are starting with the Rider Waite. We will go into a traditional Celtic Cross. It is the best overview for a month. And then we will go into the pathway, which will be your challenges or any surprises along the way, also triumphs that you may expect to encounter throughout the month. Then we'll pull just some cards for an overview for the first week, and we'll finish off, so first week of November, and then we will finish off with some advice from the universe. Okay, Leo, let's just jump straight in and get those predictions for the month of October. Can you please show me October for Leo, please? October for Leo, or bear with me, Leo. Can you show me October for Leo, please? October for Leo, please. October for Leo. Okay, October for Leo, please. October for Leo. October for Leo. October for Leo, please. October for Leo. Oh, Five of Cups. Okay. Crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. So some sadness there. A little grief, looking back on the past. Maybe a little bit of regret. But slowly moving on. Or moving towards something. Something's caught your eye, maybe a small opportunity, or maybe that's just you identifying this as an opportunity for healing, Leo. And you're slowly making slow progress out of this little rut that you're in, but you're not quite there yet. Okay, right, let's have a look and see what's going on around you, Leo. Okay, exiting, we have the Eight of Swords. In the crowning, we have the Four of Wands. In the hidden energies, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So very grounding energies above and below you there, Leo. Four of Wands is commitments, contracts, coming together. So it may be a project that you've just finished, or it may be a commitment that you were part of. There was something about that you didn't see coming, or you closed off to. Then in the hidden energies, the energy of hanging on to that. I don't know if that's healthy, because I can see from the Knight of Pentacles it's slowly moving on. I don't know if you're moving on within this dynamic or connection, or it's the releasing of it. Then your focus is a High Priestess, so you're connecting there with your intuition. So whichever that is, and we will clarify these, Leo, it's going to be for your best interest, whichever way this goes. Okay, let's go into the pathway. Can you see the pathway for Leo? I'll put all these cards down, Leo, and then we'll jump in and clarify and we'll talk about it. We'll get to the details. Don't worry about it, Leo. Okay, can I get to the pathway, please? The pathway. Oh, Ace of Swords. Okay, you receive some clarity over the situation. This is the message from your higher self, your own advice here, and it's basically telling you that all will become clear in time, Leo. We got you. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, is strength. So yeah, I think some of you are releasing something here that's quite painful to release, but we'll go through it bit by bit, Leo, see what's going on there. Page of Pentacles and your hopes and fears. Coming across something new. We did mention briefly this could be something new, but I think at the moment you're just trying to get your way out of this mess, this rut, this feeling of low feeling of sadness, regret. You're kind of focusing on you now, and I think there is something that's coming in for you in the future here. It's kind of a small little opportunity there, but it's something that also kind of concerns you. Maybe if you don't feel like you're ready for it or something like that, but we'll see when we clarify. And in the outcome, we've got the chariot. There you go. You start gaining a bit of speed there, Leo. You get on your horse, you go for it. Let's make sure we're all in the frame here. We can all be seen. We're all in the room. There we go. Okay, right. So we're going to jump in and clarify, but at a first glance, it looks like you're making your way slowly towards healing and clarity. Something new is coming along that's just kind of jolt you on your way and get you moving that little bit faster. But the minute you are kind of clinging on for dear life here, Leo. But in the hidden energies with the Four of Pentacles and then the Four of Wands, it's something over a commitment or coming together with another energy. Excuse me, Leo. Could be a person, could be a place, could be a project, something like that. There's something that's come to an end, or perhaps it's coming to the end or changing in a way that you are not happy with. Okay, I'm going to jump in and start clarifying, starting with where you are, Leo, with the Five of Cups. Can we clarify that Five of Cups for Leo, please? Five of Cups for Leo, please. Five of Cups for Leo. The Five of Cups for Leo, please. Five of Cups. The King of Swords. The King of Pentacles. Okay. And the Six of Swords. Okay. Unusual energy here over this one. Something felt certain, felt very certain, very steady. Kind of brought you onto a place of calm. Is anyone getting here that maybe a truth was revealed to you about the reality of a situation? You thought things were one way, they were actually another way. And as this truth steadily arrived, it's not something that you really wanted to hear or made you very happy there, Leo. Okay, can I get the Knight of Pentacles? I want to see this crossing energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Just get a bit of a picture of what that is. Yeah, the Four of Wands. Something about this commitment. The Four of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. You're determined to move on, even though progress isn't fast. And then the way that you do it is by basically blocking out, blocking out another energy that you were previously attached to. That meant a lot to you, that you thought was going the distance. But there's some truth under here. You came to some truth or realization. That is magnified here by your higher self. Okay, I'm going to go into the Eight of Swords. I think that was you not seeing this coming here, Leo. Okay, can I see the Eight of Swords? Yeah, the Lovers over a partnership. The Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is in upright. So whatever's come through for you, even though it's painful now, is in the long term something good. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. It's something about your independence within this connection. Because you show me time. There's time here. You feeling full of abundance in life and thinking everything's fine and honky-dory. You're in this connection, which is great, but there is something that you aren't seeing. Then you move into clarity here with the King of Swords. Then we've got the King of Pentacles, which is all about the reality, the material realm. So it's something here in your 3D. But it's something about, you thought things were moving in a certain direction, but they're not. They were moving in a different direction. They're actually not really moving forwards for you at all, emotionally speaking. So now you're in a time where you're planning, recuperating, thinking, what am I going to do next? And something about how you're going to continue with this commitment. And you're like, I need to just take a little break from it to decide here. But you are continuing forwards nonetheless. Okay, going into the crowning energy of the Four of Wands. Can we clarify the Four of Wands in Leo's crowning energy, please? Yeah, the Ten of Wands. The Seven of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, which is in your hopes and fears here as well. Okay, so this is something you've had prior experience with and something new comes in and you're worried it might lead to this experience. Happens a lot there, Leo. So in terms of this connection, partnership, however you phrase it, it can be lovers, it could be a business partner, it could be a friendship, it could be a partnership with just a general company. It was new, it required a little bit of learning from you and you were getting to the gist of things, and then you had to make a choice and you made a choice to move on with this commitment. You're like, yes, okay, I'll do it. And then it became increasingly difficult. The more you got involved with this other energy, Leo, the more difficult it became. Okay, can I get the Four of Pentacles there, please, for Leo? The Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles for Leo and the hidden energy here. What doesn't Leo see about the Four of Pentacles? This hidden energy. The Eight of Wands, Queen of Swords and the Hermit. You're getting communication from somebody. Or at the very least a vibe off of another energy. Someone's trying to give you their truth, their deep truth, and nothing but the truth. And whatever it is they're saying to you, Leo, it's making you hang on in place. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know what they're saying to you. I don't know what this is about. But it's coming from another energy. I mean, it could be you because it's coming up as a Hermit. The Hermit is usually the self, going within, deep thinking, but in this case I think it's coming from another energy because it's coming through as the Eight of Wands, which is like an energy moving towards you. And it's something to do about their deep truth. So it's somebody who's moved away from you. I don't think it's this person. Could possibly be. But it's like they moved away from you, so they're no longer in your 3D environment at least, but there's an energetic connection there. Then they like emerge from the distance to tell you something, that they have some kind of inner truth they've discovered as a result of their isolation from you. And that's coming in, and that just makes you hang on tighter to whatever situation this is. So I don't know if it's the same energy, or maybe somebody else in your group saying, oh no, it's worth the wait, or something like that. I don't know. Something like that anyway. All right, can I get the High Priestess, please, for Leo? The High Priestess, that's in your focus now. You're trying to listen to yourself. So yeah, you've probably got other energies around you telling you things. And it's kind of, that's probably why you're stuck in place, because you're like, I don't know what to do. Do I listen to myself, or do I listen to this other person? Could very well be this energy you're dealing with, Leo. Or somebody else in your environment that has some kind of influence on you. We've got the Five of Swords reversed. Everyone seems to be getting this a lot recently. The Sun, yeah, that's great. Oh, okay, good. And the Hierophant. Okay, so you actually start making your own decisions here about what it is you want you to do, where you want to take this, and it kind of leads to an even bigger realization of that you have the power, Leo, to pretty much design your life the way that you want. So you're starting the High Priestess energy, so that's you getting in touch with your emotions. I think you're putting that in as part of some kind of strategy of healing here. It's part of your Knight of Pentacles energy anyways, to get in touch with your emotions. So the High Priestess is here and she's talking to you. You are kind of laying down defenses here. So I don't know if you have been defensive towards your own intuition in the past, Leo, where you're like, you've not trusted your intuition. Now it's like, you're like, okay, intuition, you were right again. I give up. I'm not going to fight you anymore. What do you need to say? And I'll listen to it. It's kind of got that vibe, because then you go straight into the Sun, and the Sun not only is the happiest card of the deck, it's also inner clarity and understanding. And that affects your belief systems, structures, contracts, basically the whole deal you've got going on here with this commitment that is on your mind. You actually start formulating your own ideas about it, what you want to do with it. Is it fair? Is it unfair? Would you like to make any amendments to this promise or commitment or contract that you have entered? Would you like to exit it? It's going to be different for all of you. But you actually start now taking a bit more control over the dynamic, in the way that this agreement that you have come to with this person over whatever it is you're trying to do, and it could be an energetic agreement, Leo. I don't mean you sat down and shook their hand, although some of you may have done if it was a business deal. You start going, hang on a minute, there's something in this clause that's not quite in my best interests. And it's like you catch them out in that. You try to see it for what it is. And I think it comes as a result of this truth that you find. Because I think you probably knew all along that there was something going on here. But then when this truth comes about, not only does it make you sad, that whatever it is, it's also a bit like your intuition saying, like, I told you so. And you're like, okay. I'm all ears, High Priestess. What you got to say? Tell me. Right, let's clarify the pathway here and see where it is you're going with all of this. I'm going to jump to the Wandering Star Tarot. Bear with me a second here. Let's give them a little shuffle. Okay. These are always a bit difficult to shuffle. I'm still learning with these ones. This is new. My hands are still getting used to them because it's a huge old thick deck, this. Hard to get a good grip. Right, okay, we've got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there you go, Leo. You're feeling better. The Lovers, makes sense. And the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is truth. It's that Queen of Swords again. So someone's come in, so she's here, Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. So going on this truth, this thing this person comes and tells you, I don't know what they're talking about, but it's something important to you, Leo, and it affects you. It's something to do with the commitment, the Lovers. Again, just because it's a Lovers doesn't mean it has to be romantic. It can be business. But it's a coming together of two energies that were at least at one point aligned to do so, or come together for some kind of karmic lesson, or for a lifetime, or however you see it, right? But it kind of gets you a little bit fired up there with the Queen of Wands, and actually kind of... over time, this truth actually has a detrimental impact on your confidence, or how you view yourself, or what you start to attract in, or at least makes you question, how am I attracting in all of these energies that you probably don't want? What does that mean? What's my inner truth? Someone spoke their inner truth. It's time for you to explore your inner truth here, Leo, about how you attract in these energies, how you deal with them, what it is about you. And you're like, aha, light switch. Maybe you identify some changes are needed because you've got strength in the environment that you may not be aware of. So this seems like it's going to be an uncomfortable transition, Leo. Okay, can we please clarify strength? Why does Leo have strength surrounding them at the moment? And that's you, Leo. So that's you coming into yourself. That's your major arcana card. It's almost like the strength to be yourself. Something like that. Okay, right, we've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's over an ending. The Four of Cups. There's that Four of Cups again. That was part of your strategy. I don't like to call it a strategy. For some of you, that might be a bit of a harsh word for it, but your plan was to just take some distance. And you're like, after some distance, I think you reached some clarity on yourself, how you dealt with all this and how this even came to be in your life in the first place. Yeah, look, we've got the Hierophant again. It's about your surroundings, your structures, what it is you will accept around you, how your place in your own society and in your own social ecosystem, everything. Some of you, it might just be one aspect of that, but it comes from taking distance from these energies that aren't serving you, and they're just seeing the energy almost like ragging you around, like, Leo, do this, Leo, do that, or we're doing this, no, now we're doing that, and it's almost like they're in charge of the situation or something. You're like, yeah, I'll take your lead, but then it just becomes a bit more and more of a struggle to do that. Okay, so you take some distance and then you get the Ten of Swords, but I think when you take that distance, it does lead to an end. But I don't think it's an ending. I mean, it's going to be sad, it's going to be painful, Leo, but it becomes essentially from a place of you knowing that you deserve better. You deserve an equal partnership, not somebody who's just going to put all the burden onto you. Okay, can I get the Page of Pentacles, please, for Leo? Can I get the Page of Pentacles? The Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, please. The Page of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords again. That's that willful blindness coming back in. It's a little bit of that, Leo, I'll admit. Look, the Moon, yeah. And the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Right, so an opportunity comes in under the Moon. So you don't know what it is. It's not coming yet. And with the Eight of Swords there. I think you just don't know. But you're also you're hoping something better comes in to replace this. But at the same time, you're afraid of it. Because you don't want it to wind up like this again. It's so normal. And something is coming in under the cover of darkness. You do not see it coming here with the Eight of Swords. But you do, it does cross your path. It grabs your attention a little bit there. But you're cautious. You're holding back. You're not throwing all of your energy into it. You're like, okay, I'll hear you out, energy. I don't know if it's a person or an opportunity. It's coming in like an opportunity. See, Ace of Pentacles. And you're like, I'll hear you out. Then you'll make a decision. I think you'll go for it because you've got the Chariot on. All right, can I please get the Chariot in Leo's outcome, please? The Chariot, what's that? The Chariot. The Chariot. Okay, that one. You sure? Okay. All right, one more shuffle, I'm being told. Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's another energy. Two of Swords, lots of twos here. You had lots of fours here, now you've gone down to two, so I think this is a new energy. Four of Swords, there's your four. It's linked to this situation. Either energetically, as in an energy coming back around that's presenting very much like this, at least in the beginning stages, or it is this energy. But either way, it's your own, you're approaching this differently now. You're coming at this with instability in yourself. You're not looking for making stability with another. You've achieved stability in yourself by the time this comes in. So this may even be straying off into November here, Leo. Because this is quite the healing journey that you're going on. Maybe even beyond for some of you. That happens sometimes. So I set the reading for October. And sometimes we have big significant events that kick off in a month. That may take many months to resolve. But the Spirit's like, well, it starts in this month. So I've got to let you know, even though it may not be resolved by the end of the month. I think that might be one of those. So you reach this place of healing and you're resting. And you're like, okay, I dealt with all this. It took it out of me, but I managed to deal with it. You're trying to, I think you think that you are in touch with your emotions in this alignment, but you're not quite, Leo. What you're doing is a little bit of ignoring your emotions and just staying in your head. You're like, I don't want to deal with it. I feel better when I'm not dealing with all that. I think you deal with it somewhat because you're feeling a hell of a lot better up here than you are over here. But it's not full integration and processing of those emotions because you're keeping them a little bit at arm's length here, the Two of Swords. The problem with that, Leo, is that you've got this other energy coming in that you need to make a decision about. And in order to make a decision, you need to have a balance between your mind energy and your emotional energy. So if you push one out, it's just... You run the risk of overthinking if you push out your emotions. Or do I mean that the other way around? Yeah, that's it. If you bring in too many emotions, you overthink. If you don't have any emotions, you kind of underthink. That's what I mean. And it's to do with this other energy under the Two of Pentacles. I think because it's not really coming at you from an angle that you expect. It's like the Chariot's going on anyway. You're making progress in whatever direction you choose. And it's almost like somebody comes on and hops aboard while you're already on your way. That you don't expect, you don't see coming. And you're like, yeah, I'll let you come along for a little bit. But I think this person wants to stay on the journey with you, Leo. And that's where you've got to make your decision. Okay, right. I'm going to get some cards for the first week of November. I'm curious to see if this situation spills off into there. Okay, can we look at the first week of November for Leo, please? I'm just going to pull 3 cards because it is just the first week. So let's see what's coming in for you, Leo. Okay, can I get some cards on the first week of November for Leo, please? The first week of November for Leo, please. The first week of November. The first week of November, please. Whoa, okay, they don't want to go back in. That's fine. Fair enough. I'll have them. We'll take them. Oh, the Knave of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Queen of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. I thought so. So you slowly open up to this other energy coming in. This other opportunity. You warm to it, Leo. You warm to it. As you do, I think this other energy surprises you. In a nice way, in a subtle way. I don't see someone jumping out of a wardrobe and scaring you. You know, jump scares here, Leo. Don't worry about it. It's a subtle surprise. It's like over a little bit of time. It's like you ask the other energy for time, almost fully expecting them to not give you time and either try and rush you or run away, but they don't. They actually just sit kind of next to you and let you chill on it. And as they allow you to do that and they give you that space and you're just kind of chugging along there in your own vibe, checking in with this other energy now and again, like, you're still there, yeah, we're still here, yeah, okay. Very light, very relaxed, very chill. Then you really come up into your power with the Queen of Wands. That's you there, but it's Sag, but it's a fire card. With all the fire court cards, they all have a little bit of each of the fire placements. So you're in there, Leo. All carried through by your strength card here. But you really start feeling yourself again. You start feeling really attractive, powerful. That you're the master of your domain. That you've got more of a handle, at least, on your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings. You're kind of clear on what you do and don't want, what you will and won't let in. And you do slowly open up to whatever this is coming in for you. And I'd say it's the first week of November where you really start to feel the effects of that. There's still a lot of healing to go, so don't think that you're just done first week of November. You're going to skip off holding hands with this energy or whoever they are. No, you've still got healing to do. But I think you already know that. I don't need to tell you because you're taking this very, very slowly. But what I like about this, Leo, you're not taking it slowly out of hesitation. You're not taking it slowly out of self-doubt. It's just that little bit of self-protection, just to give you the space to start exercising and practicing your discernment, which you learn over here with the High Priestess, who is currently in your focus. She's going to serve you very well down the line there, Leo. Okay, let's jump into some universal advice. Can we get some advice from the universe for Leo, please? Some advice from the universe. Whoop. Okay, I didn't like that shuffle, so I want to do another one. Can we get a do-over, please, Spirit? Thank you. We can do better than that, can't we, Leo? Okay, right. Can we please get some universal advice for Leo, please? Some universal advice for Leo. Universal advice for Leo. Whoop. One more time. Thank you. Let's see what the universe has to say. The Six of Vessels, reunion. Now, the Six of Vessels also means just moving on. It doesn't necessarily mean you're reuniting with another energy. Some of you, this could possibly be the other energy coming back around, all fixed and changed. But to be honest, it happens so quickly, I'm not entirely sure. It could be, though, because it's both presenting as, well, you're responding here in your current situation in your crown. You're responding to them as the Page of Pentacles, and over here in your hopes and fears is you responding to something as the Page of Pentacles. It's like your fear of repeating a past cycle. So for some of you, this could be the other person coming back around, and they are better and they're more patient with you, and you open up to them slowly. If that is the case, I would leave it a little bit longer than into the next 4 weeks. I think it's your healing here, Leo, where I'm looking at the times, because you're in this strength environment here. You're almost changing your entire view on how you approach and maintain relationships and connections, or go about achieving something or doing something on what you invest yourself into. I mean, more power to you, Leo. If you can heal this in a day or two. Some of you might. Depends how deep this is. I don't know how deep it is. I think that's the problem. Some of you, this could be a cycle you've been in with one person for a decade. Some of you, it's been the past 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Okay, the Nine of Stones. Here we go. Protection, tradition. Something to do with your values and structures, and healing. This is a card of healing. He's created these 9 stones, and this is the Nine of Pentacles. So it's actually abundance through healing in this card. But as you can see, this guy has surrounded himself with stones to protect himself, so he can be left alone in his inner sanctum to heal. But the stones aren't completely closed, if you notice, Leo, right? We can get in. The person looking at the card can get to him. And that's the way the card's saying, yeah, I'll accept sincere energies. If you've come here to fuck about, and then I'm not going to let you in. Bye-bye. And that's kind of what you're going through at the moment. So I can see you here, or at least the advice from the universe is to prioritize your healing, regardless of who comes in or what comes in, whether it's someone from the past or someone from the future. It doesn't matter. Whatever comes in for you, Leo, prioritizing your healing and protecting your healing is what is needed here. And look, the Knight of Vessels, of course, something's coming in, a lovely, beautiful, juicy offer for you, Leo. This is love, passion, excitement. It's very sweet. It is interest, though. So do remember the Knight of Cups, even though he's our favourite knight. We all love him, don't we? Right, we all love the Knight of Cups. Here's our favourite knight, but it doesn't mean forever and ever after. That's your King of Cups territory. Now, the Knight of Cups is on his way to being the King of Cups, but it's not a guarantee he's going to be the King of Cups, right? Okay, but it was an offer that looks like it's going in a nice, healthy direction for you. Given the other cards on the table, this is an energy that's being more than patient with you, Leo. They're quite willing to watch and wait for you to heal. They're not here to smother you. They're here just to be a little bit of a positive spark of energy while you're going through this huge healing transformation that you're embarking on. Again, this might not be a lover. It could just be a helping friend, a guide, something like that. But someone's coming in with a hell of a lot of affection for you and understanding and patience. So don't worry about that, Leo. Although I know you do have your reservations up here about opening up to this, you do very slowly do so. But it's also once your mental energy has calmed down, because that's also what the Six of Cups is, Six of Vessels there, calming down with the mental energy, and you can just relax into your healing, enjoy this other energy when they come up. And oh, excuse me, Leo. Excuse me. Oh, that had to come out. Bear with me. Okay, I think that was spirit going, no, this energy is coming in and they're serious. Okay, all right. All right. I'm going to put another card on that. I'm curious. Just one more. I've done this with the other signs, but when I get a big sneeze in that, in the end of a reading like that comes out of nowhere, and there was 2, I'm just going to get one more on this Knight of Cups. I want to know. Let's find out. Hang on a minute. I got curious. Spirit interrupted my trail of thought there for something else. Okay. Okay, for some of the collective, this is someone coming back around from the past. Possibly. Universe has been very tactical with this one. Right, so it's given me the 8 of Vessels, which on the upright is traditionally someone walking away. leaving a situation. However, in the Wildwood deck, this is actually the card of someone walking away and then returning even better. However, it came up upside down. So that situation inversed and inversed again, right? So for some of you, so I think this is universe telling me there's a 50-50 split. For one split of you Leos, you've got someone brand new coming in. For the other split, you've got someone from the past coming back round. But I'd say this might be this person here. I'm not sure. But if they do, basically the bottom line advice of this Leo is if it smells bad, it looks bad, it's bad. So if this person hasn't healed, cut your losses. But if enough time has changed, or they come in feeling like demonstrating enough that they are sincere about what, you know, where it is that you want to head together, and they will work with you and not against you, then by all means, it's your choice at the end of the day, Leo. Tarot isn't here to tell you what to do. It's only here to tell you what's possible, okay? Right, Leo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please leave a comment below. And don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up. It helps push it further out into the algorithm and get more Leos into the collective. And with that, Leo, I'm going to love you and leave you. And until the next one, take care.